How's it going, everyone? Javita here with another spec guide. This time we're going to be focusing on basically a dedicated gatherer. So we're going to try to pick up pretty much as many skills as possible that are going to help us gather things faster. Naturally, we won't be able to spec completely into all tools, but we could either spread out and evenly distribute our points across all of the tools, or maybe specialize into hammers to a little bit of detriment to shovels and axes. So depending on your exact purpose, you will probably want to tweak and adjust this to your personal preference. So starting off, I think I'll come down to the various epics and pick up the things I'm most interested in. Since gathering is both about getting stuff fast and being efficient, I feel like the durability drain epic is a no-brainer. Also, for mining in caves, the jump distance epic is going to be invaluable for navigation, as well as the gathering epic for increased drops off of surface resources. That seems pretty standard to me. Since this build is probably going to be doing a lot of sustained gathering, like mining through solid rock, the energy regeneration epic is probably going to help us much more than the health regeneration. Coming down here, if we want to focus on maximum damage, we'll probably want this damage epic. However, if you want a little extra durability, you might consider this protection epic. Just keep in mind that by itself, this is not going to do anything until you take some of this. So you can come up here and take 5 points into kinetic armor, and this is going to give you 450 kinetic armor. In other words, that's going to shave 450 damage off of every single target hit you take. So spitter projectiles and cuddle trunk projectiles will do 450 damage less each time they hit you, which oftentimes can negate all damage done. So that can help a lot in making you more durable. However, you do lose out on 50% damage across the board, so it's a bit of a hard sell in my opinion for somebody that is likely to be underground and more or less out of danger's way. So taking those protection skills out for at least for the time being, all the way down here at Epic 3, there's not really anything else that benefits a gatherer. These bottom skills are for crafting, this is for combat, the rage and focus, and then we have revive over here. And taking a closer look at Epic 2, the rest of these skills either have to do with crafting, portals, or tax. So certainly if you're a fan of the air jump or double jump, you could consider picking that up, but I have a feeling we're going to need most of our points for other things. Since a miner is quite likely to be using some sort of food buff, I would probably recommend maxing out the zeal bonus for making your buffs last longer, not to mention having a larger energy bar will mean you'll be stopping for rest less often. Speaking of energy, you could come down here and pick up this energy epic for 3 times the amount of energy. However, I have a feeling that would be a bit excessive. Not to mention, since we took so many points into zeal, we can take this health epic instead and take less points in vitality in order to achieve a greater effect with less points. This build is going to primarily be avoiding combat, so we shouldn't need just a huge amount of durability. Now focusing on attributes, we're probably going to want maximum power. That's going to give us up to 90% extra damage if we have the attribute bonus over here. Probably also want to maximize dexterity. This is going to give us the fastest swing speed across all of the tools, as well as luck is pretty much a no-brainer to maximize the rewards for your effort. Something that is slightly optional is agility. If you're going to be primarily underground and in caves, you really don't need that much agility. However, you are probably going to be running around the planet looking for your initial dig location. So if you're going to be doing a lot of running around on the surface, especially looking for surface resources, you might want to max out agility. However, if you have a fairly established mining location and you're primarily mining in solid rock, agility is a little bit of a waste. Taking a closer look at masteries, hammer mastery I feel is pretty much a no-brainer. However, you do have an interesting choice with the hammer epic and shovel and axe epic. If you wanted to do a consistent amount of damage across all of the tools, you could do 5 points here and then 5 points down here for this epic. This will give you the same amount of damage bonus across all tools with only spending 10 points. You could get the same effect by maxing out these two masteries, however you end up spending 15 points to get the same effect. However, you could certainly come up here and max out these masteries and take the hammer epic down here, and now you do decent damage with shovels and axes while doing the maximum possible damage with hammers. Keep in mind that these masteries and the mastery epics also increase your action speed, which allows you to swing faster, which means you get the job done faster. Okay, well I think that is most of the essentials for a gathering type spec. As you can see, we still have 2 points left over, so we could invest a little bit into control to increase how far away we can be from a block to be able to mine it, which can be quite handy if there's something on the ceiling that you just can't quite reach. Also, you could take a few points out of agility and pick up something like bomb mastery if you wanted to try to squeeze bomb mining in on top of this spec. Same thing for the bomb epic down here, or you could even invest into sling bow mastery, either the epic or the mastery up here, to be able to defend yourself a little bit better. However, keep in mind if you take maximum power and the damage epic down below, you will be doing an extra 140% damage with sling bows, so I think that would at least get the job done as long as you can survive the encounter. Okay, well I think that covers a gather spec pretty well. As you can see, there's a lot of different options for different types of play styles. Like if you're wanting to mine primarily in solid stone, you really don't need that much agility. However, if you're going to be running around on the surface looking for surface resources, this will certainly come in handy for both quickly getting to the surface resources as well as evading creatures. Not to mention there is the conundrum of, do you max out hammer damage or spread your points out across shovel and axe? So all in all, some pretty interesting decisions to be made here. This was Javita. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and if there's anything you didn't like, please let me know down below. Also, if you like my channel, want to get cool perks, check out my Patreon page. Till next time, peace.